And like I said, if you need some time to grab that blanket to sit on top of the blanket, you can. And the reason why sometimes that feels really nice is because it gives us that lift, that elevation in our hips. It gives us a little room in our hips so that we can fold over and it's comfortable and relaxing in our hips. So try it out and see how that feels for you. We'll start off just with some easy breaths in and out. You can close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or soft gaze to the tip of your nose. Roll your shoulders back, arms alongside you, hands either on the sides of your mat or on your legs, and just take those breaths in and out. Let your day go thus far. Let everything go, relax, breathe. In and out, nice and easy. Breathe in. Breath out. Noticing the sensations happening in your body right now. As you breathe in, feeling that expansion across the chest, a lift in your shoulders. And as you exhale, a little hug of your belly button towards the spine. And just relax yourself onto the mat there. If you're just joining us now, we're just seated upright. Legs are crossed, or you could have one shin in front of the other. You can even extend your legs out extend them right to the front of the mat. Relax your arms.
Probably easier on with me.
Is it sort of like Fountain Square?
I think Fountain Square would be considered nicer than this area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So just keep that breath moving. And with each exhale, see if you can relax a little bit more, get a little heavier into your hips, into your glutes. The legs get a little heavier. Let's start to shift our inhale a little deeper. Extend that and lengthen your inhale. So deep breath in through your nose. Allow that breath to go all the way down to the base of your belly, maybe a little further down to your hips, maybe even a little bit more down to our pelvic bowl. Expansion across the chest. Exhale all the way back out through the nose or out through the mouth, a big sigh out if that feels good for you. And then in, right back in, nice deep breath in. Exhale all the way out. All right, let's try that a few more times. Inhale, big breath in, fill up your lungs. Exhale all the way out. Keep that movement in your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take one more big, full breath in. A full breath out. If you had your eyes closed, start to flutter your eyelashes open. Just come back into your space. Let's start to tuck our chin into our chest and take a couple neck rolls to one side. It's nice and slow. Feeling out the neck. Getting right into the back of your neck, the sides, the front of the neck as you're circling around, taking a night slower than you may want to, just to get into those deep stretches. Just releasing any tension or tightness that you may have not noticed as during your day, the day. And whenever you're ready, let's switch sides over to the other side, maybe feeling a little differently. A little different stretch. Good. Keep that moving, maybe a couple more rounds. Keep that breath flowing as well as you're circling around. Good. And gently start to make your way back to center. Head comes back between the shoulders. And we're gonna take a nice big breath in. We're gonna start going right to our shoulders, a little movement in our shoulders there. Take a big breath in as we bring our shoulders all the way up to our ears. Stretch it out. Exhale, let's let those shoulders slide all the way down our back. Good. Let's try that a few more times. Inhale, shoulders all the way up. Squeeze. Exhale all the way down. Good. 2 more times. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders all the way up to the ears. And then exhale all the way down. Good. 1 more time. Breathe in. Breath out. Let them slide. Good. Let's drift forwards this time. So shoulders up. Breathe in. And then this time, let's let them come forward. A little bit more awkward than when you let them slide behind you. Still nice little stretch as you come forward. Nice. Just felt my shoulder blade there. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down, all the way in front of you. Good. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Release it. 1 more. Breathe in. Breath out. And just shrug out the shoulders forwards and back 1 at a time. Maybe even shake your arms out if anything crept in there. Nice. Good stuff there. Let's take a little side bend there. We're going to bring our right hand to our mat. Left arm is going to go up nice and high. Stretch that out first. Fingertips all the way up to the sky. And then slowly start to bring that left arm up and over. Left palm facing towards the ground. Stretch it over as you find a lengthening through your left side body as you press your right hand down. Take a couple of breaths here and reach it right and up and over your right hip. Take another breath in. And a big breath out. Good. On your next inhale, breathe in. We'll start to come all the way back up, releasing that left hand down, and we're going to bring it right to our mat. Right arm goes all the way up. Stretch it up, fingertips up towards the sky. Breathe in. Belly pulls in just slightly, finding a nice long spine. And on your exhale, bring it right over to the left side of the room. Palm facing down as you reach up and over. Pressing that left hand onto the ground, onto your mat. Taking a couple of breaths here as you reach a little bit more if there's space. In through the nose. And all the way out. Breathe in. A nice exhale. Good. Gently come all the way back to center. Maybe you roll your shoulders back and forth just to release. Nice. We're going to take our arms all the way up. Reach both arms up to the sky, to the ceiling. Interlace your fingers. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Maybe your gaze goes up as well. Just depending on how your neck's feeling today. Belly in and up. Exhale, release your arms. Bring them behind you. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms to touch. Peel your shoulders back. Good. And let's gaze towards our legs. Tuck your chin in. We'll stretch in the back of your neck. Good. Let's take another breath and release your arms. Bring them all the way up. And we're going to bring a little bit of continuous movement here. Inhale. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms up. Exhale. Release. Bring it behind you. Your pace. Take your time here. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms. Open up your chest. Maybe a little slight drawing of the shoulder blades together. And then start to gaze towards your legs. Good. Let's start to release. Breathe in. Rise all the way up, interlace. Maybe you gaze up as you press your palms up towards the sky. Good. Exhale all the way down, just feeling the weight of your arms come down. Bring them back behind you, interlace, press the palms, gaze down. Let's do this 3 more times. Your breath, your pace. So if I feel like I'm going a little too quick for you or a little too slow for you, find your rhythm with your breath. Breathing in, interlace, press up, gaze up. Exhale all the way down. Right behind you as you draw your shoulder blades in. Good. 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Finding a little bit of fluidity in your movements tonight. Breathe in. Grab hold of all that energy. Exhale all the way out. Now let's do one more full round on your own. Inhale, interlace, turn your palms up, gaze up. Exhale all the way down, right behind, press the palms. Let your head get heavy. And gently release your arms right alongside you. Bring your head back, maybe a little roll in the neck. That was a lot of work on around that area in your shoulders. Good. And just shake your hands out too. Let's bring our arms again all the way up. We're gonna come into a little bit of a twist here. A little detoxification for our spine. Bring our arms up, fingertips up to the sky. And then start to slowly turn your body. I should not say your body, but our core, our abdominals, our upper body over to the right side of the room. And then just bring your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind you. Sit up nice and tall. Find that nice lengthening in the spine as you breathe in. And then on your exhale, maybe you find a little bit more of a twist. Not trying to force anything, don't push it, but with your breath, if there's just maybe even a tiny little movement there, if there isn't, just let yourself get nice and long and tall. Take another breath in. Full breath out. Good. Slowly come back to center, unwind, unravel. We'll try the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up. nice and high, fingertips up towards the sky. And then this time, let's twist. Exhale, twist over to the left, right hand on left knee, left hand behind you. Breathe in. Sitting up nice and tall as you lengthen through the spine from the hips up. Exhale, maybe there's room to twist a little bit more, or maybe we stay where we are and find length. Breathe in. Breath out. Carefully come back to the center. Very good. All right. Let's come into a little bit of some work on our legs there. You can keep sitting on your towel if you are. I just don't need it at this moment, but we're going to extend our legs out in front of us. Good. Toes are going to point towards us. You can bring a bend to your knees if you need a little bit more space in your hips and your hamstrings like I do. And we'll start to get right onto our sit bones. So taking out all that fleshy bit from our glutes, getting right onto the sit bones. Let's take a breath in. We're going to reach our arms just like we did before, all the way up. And then exhale, let's come all the way down into a forward fold over our legs, grabbing hold for whatever's accessible for you, the sides of your feet, the ankles, maybe it's the back of the knees. Start to come down with a nice long spine. Once you're up and over your hips, start to round in your upper spine, the back of your neck, and just get really heavy in your head. And take a few breaths here as you fold over your legs. And if you don't find that the fold is coming, it's a little too tight in the hips there or the hamstrings, it's okay. Finding that space, just letting your head go wherever it is, finding that comfort. Relax your shoulders down. A little heavier in the low back, wherever you are, it doesn't matter. It's okay. We honor where our body's at today. Just keep that breath flowing. Breathe in. Breath out. Another one in. Inhale. And exhale. Good. On your next inhale, start to tuck your chin into your chest and roll one vertebrae on top of the next, nice and slow until the head makes it right back between the shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Good. Let's draw our right knee in. Bend it up, and we're going to cross that right foot all the way over our left leg. Good. We're going to start to use your arms, hug your knee in. Now you could stay upright and feel a nice little stretch right at the side of your right leg, a little bit in the hamstring there. You can also start to let your head go. Maybe your nose touches your knees, depending on your flexibility, or maybe you just come down and let your head hover wherever it is. Press that right foot down. Flex the left toes towards you. Ground that left leg down, feeling a little stretch along the back of the left leg. We'll take another breath here. A nice deep breath out. Now, if you have your head down, start to come all the way back up. Release your arms, and we're just going to bring our knee down this time, crossing that right leg over the left leg there. So kind of creating a figure four seated. Good. You can, from here in this pose, you can sit upright, right onto your towel if you're under one, or you can start to fold over your figure four, pressing your right hand on the inside of your right knee, and also placing your left hand on the right foot. And just coming all the way down as much as you can, or maybe staying upright. Nice, slow, easy breaths in and out. We'll start to release, come all the way up if you fold it over your right leg. And let's try the other side. This time extending our right leg out, drawing your left knee in, crossing that left foot over the right leg. Again, hugging your knee in, bringing a little love here. Just let your head get heavy. Maybe your nose touches the knee. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you hover. Or maybe you sit up nice and tall. Flexing the right toes towards you this time. Finding that nice stretch right below your leg. Pressing that left foot down. Listen to that oceanic wave-like sound in your breath. Breathe in. Breath out. Now let's take another one in. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale, empty out your lungs. Feel the breath. Just release out of your body. If you're folded, your head's all the way down, come all the way back up carefully. And let's do our seated figure four again. So drop that left knee down and keep that left ankle right on your right leg. And you can sit nice and tall. Just bring a little bit of weight into the inside of your left knee, a little bit onto your left foot. Or you can fold. And gently come all the way back up if you folded. And let's release that left leg back down. Let's bring the soles of the feet to touch. Soles of the feet to touch, knees, open them wide into a butterfly pose. Right, we have this nice diamond shape here in our legs. Before we do anything with our big diamond shape, we're going to come into a more skinnier diamond shape. We're going to start to drag and pull our ankles in towards us, the heels of our feet, as much as we can into more of a skinnier diamond shape, pressing the feet together as much as we can. And if you have your knees up really high, that's okay, as long as you find a little weight into the knees there. We're going to step nice and tall. It's going to be a little bit different of a stretch than we would do when we have a bigger diamond shape. We're going to feel a little bit more in the inner, the groin area, a little bit more towards the knees, a little bit also in the hips as well. I'm just going to take a cycle of breath here. One cycle, full breath in. Full breath out. Just release it all the way out. Good. Now this is when we're going to get into the bigger diamond shape. Start to push your heels forward, making the big diamond shape that we're all used to. And this is where we're going to start to fold over that diamond shape as much as you can. And of course, you can always stay upright as well. You can also bring blocks to the sides of the knees if you need a little support there. We'll stay here for a few breaths. It's a really great pose to get right into the hip flexors. And bring your arms in front of you, palms facing down if that feels good. Let your head go. Let your neck soften. And let's find 2 more. Your breath. Nice. Let's start to tuck our chin in, roll nice and slow all the way back up until our head comes back between the shoulders. Roll your shoulders back. Remove any props that you had under your knees. We're gonna start to bring our hands right to the outside of the knees and close our legs up like a book. Very good. And let's come into a tabletop position. So moving at your speed, take your time here as you come into tabletop, bringing your hands or wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide here. Good. And everything's about shoulder distance, hip distance apart. Making sure that your hands, your fingers are spread nice and wide, pressing into that fleshy bit between the index finger and thumb through. Keeping the pressure off the wrist, really protecting it. We're gonna start to take a breath in, belly in and up. Find that nice long back. Exhale, lengthen through the spine. Let's start to move into our cat-cows. With a breath in, we're going to start to drop our belly, lift our chest, gaze forward. Good, untucking that tailbone. So sticking our bum out a little bit there. Exhale, we're gonna bring our belly button up towards our spine, rounding our upper back there, pressing your mat away from you, head goes heavy. Breathe in as we come back into our cow pose, dropping the belly, gazing forward, opening the heart. Exhale all the way back down, cat pose. Rounding the spine, belly up. Gaze towards your knees. Let's do a few more times. Inhale, cow pose. Finding really big movements here, feeling out your low back as your spine ripples up and down. Breathe out, cat pose. Inhale, moving nice and slow back into your cow pose. Feeling your heart press forward. Exhale as we move all the way back down. Let your head go, soften behind the neck. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Breath in. Breath out. And start to make your way back to a neutral spine, flat back. Belly button in towards the spine. Once you get back into your tabletop position, we're going to take a breath in and extend our right arm to the front of the mat. Good. Now, option to extend the left leg back behind you. You don't have to. This is just an option. Now, you can keep your toes grazing the mat to begin with or throughout the entire time we're in this pose, or you can start to hover it off the mat, maybe even just an inch or two at first, And maybe a little bit more as you work up. Keep that breath flowing. Kick the heel back if you have it hovered. Find a little activation in your right fingertips, in that left leg. Even if you have it down onto the mat, press your toes down. Kick that heel back. Another breath in. Exhale, slowly release. Bring your right hand, left knee back into tabletop. Good job. Let's try the other side this time. So many options that you can play with. This is a great pose to work on our core, work on lengthening our spine. So take it to your modification. Breathe in. We're going to extend our left arm this time, fingertips towards the front of your room, and then right leg out. Now again, toes can stay on the ground, push that heel out, still finding that activation, that active leg, or you can start to hover it, maybe an inch, maybe a 2, maybe get a little higher up, or you work on it for next time. Just reach, find length, find extension, find a little lift out of your right hand and the right knee that's down on the mat. Breathe in, gaze towards the mat in front of you, just so that you have this nice long neck, space behind and in front of the neck. And exhale, bring it back down, back to center. Relax, maybe a little movement in your hips, a little rocking motion forwards and back, a little shake of the wrists. We're gonna do one more round in this pose here. It's actually called bird dog pose. Okay, so right it back into our tabletop position. When you're ready, breathe in, belly in and up, strong core. Start to extend your right arm out, forward, left leg back behind you. Start to hover it off the mat. Maybe you come all the way up in line with your spine. Kick that heel back wherever you are. Stretch those fingertips forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, inhale. Exhale all the way down, back to the mat. Back into tabletop. Last time on the other side. Whenever you're ready, take a big breath in, extend the left arm, right leg, toes graze, or a little bit higher, or in line with the spine. Belly in and up, strong belly in. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale all the way out, release. And then one more, breathe in. And on your exhale, come all the way back to tabletop. Good. Again, a little movement, rocking motion, or maybe a little shake in the wrists there, wiggling up the fingers there. Good. Just coming back into our tabletop. Very nice. We're going to start to press into our hands and extend our right leg out to the side of your room. And we're just going to kick that right toe out just a bit, just slightly, and start to walk our hands to our left knee towards us and start to come all the way up. Good. Press down into that right foot. Long right leg, straight leg here as you come shoulders over the hips in line. Good. Let's start to bring our right hand down onto our right leg. Left arm goes up nice and high. Now take any cushioning. We're on our knees for a bit here. So please, if you need a little cushioning, grab your blankets, place it under your knee. But we're gonna bring our left arm all the way up, fingertips up towards the sky. And then let's do a little side bend. Dive over to the right side, palm facing down. Breathe in. Belly in and up, strong core as you reach up and over that right hip, lengthening again through the left side body as you reach up and over, pressing into that right foot. And nice breath out. Breathe in. One more. Breath out, full breath out. And slowly come back to center. Relax that left arm. Good. Now we have our right leg straight. This time we're going to bring our leg up to 90 degrees. So right foot is facing the outside of your mat to the right side and the knee is bent. Good. We're going to come into more of a triangle pose and bring our right hand down to the inside of our right knee. Left arm's going to go up nice and high, reaching almost to the corner of your ceiling. Diagonally across as you reach your right arm down, left arm goes up nice and high. Maybe gaze follows. Good. Maybe a little bit of gentle pressure of your right hand towards the inside of your right leg. Now it could be right at the knee, at the shin. It's different for everybody where we're reaching. Take a breath in and out. And let's slowly come back to center. Release the arms back down. Very good. Bring it back down to your mat. Slide that right leg back in. All right, let's try the other side. This time I'm going to face you just so you can get another angle of it. We're going to come back into tabletop. We're going to extend our left leg out to the side. Kick the foot out just a tiny bit, just slightly, just so that our hip, knee, and ankle are all in line. Come all the way up so shoulders are over the hips. And then let's start to come into that side bend. Left arm goes down, our left leg, right arm goes up nice and high. Reach it all the way up. Feel that side body stretch out. And then exhale right over. Dive right over. Stretch it all the way over, palm facing down. Take a couple of breaths here. Just let the weight of your right arm get nice and heavy as you stretch over. And take those breaths in and out. Listen to your breath. Take one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. And gently come back to center. Release that right arm down. This time, we're going to come back to that 90-degree angle as much as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but bending up at the left knee, the left foot is pointing to the left side of the room. Left hand goes to the inside of our left leg, could be at the knee, could be to the side of the leg, right by the shin there. And then we're going to reach our right arm all the way up nicely, a nice diagonal line of energy here. Pressing into that left heel. As you reach a little bit more, gaze can follow if that's okay for your neck. Taking one more big breath in. And just feel fingertip to fingertip as you're reaching out. Core strong, belly button in and up. A big exhale all the way out. Slowly, gently release your arms. Bring your hands back down onto the mat and slowly slide that left leg back in. Tabletop. Good. Let's come into child's pose. Let's bring our big toes to touch. Take your knees out as wide as it feels good in your hips today. Sit your hips back. Start to walk your hands forward. Bring your forehead down onto the mat if that's available for you. If it's not, bend up at the elbows, stack your hands or stack your fists, bring your forehead on top of there. Or if you've got blankets as well, that's always nice. By finding some kind of support for your head. Just allowing the hips to get heavy. They don't have to touch the heels. Just settling your hips down towards the mat. We'll find about 3 of your breaths here and see if you can make them as expansive as you can as you inhale, breathing into your back body, all the way down to your hips. And exhale all the way out, allowing your body to deflate all the way down to your mat. Let's take one more big, full breath in. And full breath out. And wherever your arms are, just release them. Start to press your palms onto the mat. Press yourself all the way back into a tabletop. And once you're in that tabletop, we're going to curl our toes in as much as we can. So all the way, even our pinky toe is going to curl in. So just get that pinky toe in there. Good. And we're going to come into a toe squat. We're going to bring our hands right back at tabletop position. You can keep them in that tabletop position, especially if you're feeling like, oh, curling the toes in, the tops of feet might feel a little bit too strained. You can just stay here. And this is going to really feel nice for the tops of your feet, that nice stretch. Or you can start to walk your hands towards your knees a little at a time, just to see how the stretch in the fronts of your feet feel. If it's pretty good here, you can stay right here, fingertips, hands to the mat. If you are okay and you're feeling all right, you can start to come onto your knees. You can start to walk your hands to your thighs. And if you're really okay, you can start to sit your glutes right on your heels. Good. And if you're feeling really okay, you can start to lean back a little bit there and grab hold of opposite elbows behind you. Now, this is a great stretch for wherever you're at with it. It could be even here. This works on the tops of our feet, stretching and working onto that connective tissue right at the tops of our feet. Our feet are in shoes all day, in boots all day. You're walking, you're running. They they do a lot of work. So there's a lot of congestion that happens in our feet. So this toe squat is really good for your feet, even if you do it for a couple minutes a day and get right into those little muscles in your feet. It just helps to release, to get that fluid moving. So wherever you're at, take those breaths in, wherever your hands are. Breathe into it. Another breath in. Exhale all the way out. Good. If you're all the way up onto your glutes, onto your heels, you can slowly come all the way back down. If you're already down onto a tabletop position, you can come onto your knees. We'll all come to our knees now. Untuck those toes. It's going to feel really nice here. Pitter patter the tops of your feet out. Good. Just relax and release them. Good. And see if you can do that a little bit each day to help your feet decongest. Good. Awesome job. All right, from here in our tabletop, we're going to start to come onto our belly. Good. However you like, nice and slow, moving as slowly as you can. Good. We're going to come into a little bit of a Cobra Pose first. So bring your feet about hip distance apart. You're going to bring your hands right under your shoulders, just lightly. Good. We're going to start to take a breath in. We're going to pull your belly button towards your spine. A nice strong belly so that your belly is not ballooning towards the mat. We're start to lift our head just a bit so that we're gazing towards the ground in front of us. Or open your heart, peel your shoulders back, light into the hands, press into your hips, into your pelvis there, into the tops of your feet. Good, feeling a tiny bit of a back bend here. Good, light into the hands, maybe even hover your hands off the mat for just a second, and then softly place them back down. Good, take another breath in. You're gonna feel a nice low back stretch, a back bend. A nice gentle one. Exhale all the way out. Bring your head down. Good. Then just gaze over to the right. Left ear lands, arms come alongside you. Take a breath here. Allow your heels to relax and fall out to the sides. Breathe in. Breath out. We'll reverse Shavasana here. Good. Let's bring our gaze back to center. We're going to try another back bend here. And bringing with our arms alongside you, turn your hands so that our palms are facing down if they're not already. Good. Feet are still about hip distance apart. Relax your toes, unclench them. Again, breathe in, belly in and up, strong abdominals. And start to lift your arms, lift your chest. Gaze forward just a bit, as long as your neck is okay with it. Good. Shoot the fingers back behind you. Now, if this is as much as you'll go today, that's awesome. If you'd like a little bit more, start to lift your legs up. Breathe out. Good. Inhale. You're going to bring your arms up a little bit higher. If it's there, lift your chest up a little bit more. Exhale. Lift your legs if you have them up. One more. Breathe in as you lift your upper body just a tiny bit if it's there, or you stay in stillness. Exhale, lift the legs up a little bit more. Good. And slowly come all the way back down to the mat. Really good. Gaze to the left, right ear lands to your mat, and suction cup that right ear down. Relax your arms. Let your heels fall to the sides. Breathe in. Breath out. Relax the belly, softness in the belly there. Allow it to balloon out. Good work, everyone. Let's bring our gaze back to center. We're going to do one last back bend. We're going to bring our arms in front of us. They're about shoulder distance apart, and just bring them so that they're almost like making the number 11. And you can walk your elbows in towards you for a little bit more intense of a back bend. So this is really intense here. If it's a little bit too much for you, you can walk your elbows forward. And it just brings a little bit less of intensity in the back bend. So play around with it, see where it feels good. Again, legs are relaxed. Belly in this one is nice and relaxed. So we don't have to worry about drawing the abdominals in here. Allow your head to soften. If this feels good, if you feel like it's okay to have it gaze forward and have your head just hovering in space, you can do that too. This here is called Sphinx Pose. Softness in your glutes, your legs, a little heavier in the hips. Let's take another breath in. Actually, let's do 2 or 3 breaths in and out in your Sphinx Pose here. This is a really nice restorative back bend pose. Close your eyes if it feels all right for you, or soft gaze forward or down towards the mat. Take another breath in, fill up your lungs. Find expansion front and back of your body. And exhale all the way out. And we're going to release out of our Sphinx pose, relax our arms, bring them down, and stack your palms in front and place your forehead on top of your hands. You're going to bend up at the knees, windshield wiper your legs side to side, a little massage on the top of our legs. And gently bring your feet back down onto the mat, and let's bring our hands right under our shoulders, press into them, and come all the way back up to a tabletop. Take your time. Once you get into tabletop, just make your way onto your back. Good. All the way down. Good. Once you get onto your mat, onto your back, I should say, let's draw one knee in and then the other, nice and gentle, and just bring a little space between the knees, especially with all those back bends we just did. Just making sure our low back feels okay. If it does, you can squeeze the knees together. If it doesn't, keep the knees, a little space between them. Interlace on top of the shins or behind the legs. Just rock your body side to side and giving our low back a little massage now. You can also rock front and back. That feels good for your hips. You can bring your hands onto your knees, circle out the hips here. Maybe one way, then the other. Let's bring our feet down, all the way down onto the mat. Bring them about mat distance apart. Knock your knees into each other like like a tent. Let's tear arms out if that feels good, or maybe arms up overhead, maybe a nice stretch along the side body. Breathe in, big breath in. Exhale, allow the knees to fall over to the right. Let's bring some more movement into our hips. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, over. Breathe in, back up. Breath out, all the way over. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. All right, one last time. Inhale. Exhale. And just bring it back up to center. Start to extend your legs out to the mat. Relax your arms alongside you. palms facing up. Just preparing our body for our final pose for tonight's practice. Into Shavasana. Take your time in finding a place on your mat where your body can find stillness. Once you have found a place where you can be in stillness, be able to release, dissolve, start to close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Allow the eyes to go all the way back into their sockets. Allow your body, your mind to start to go inwards. And we will share a breath together right now. Let's sync up our breaths first. Take a breath in. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do some box breathing. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's try that one more time. We'll sync up one cycle of breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Breathe in. Breath out. And if you have a few more minutes, please stay exactly where you are. I encourage you to just stay in Shavasana, enjoy it. If you need to go, that's okay too, but I will end our session here, our practice here. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight, and have yourself a wonderful evening. Namaste.